Well, it's been about a month and a half. Last video we did was around late December. Now it's early February. So it's been about a month and a half. And what was the title of the last video? Our user acquisition rate has tripled. Well, guess what? Our user acquisition again has tripled. So basically the cost to get a user back in that time, I was talking about how it was about $2 to $4. Now it's about $1 to $2, kind of $1 to $1.50 per user, the acquisition cost for what we're getting in terms of advertising. So again, the cost has dropped significantly. I was also talking about how we were also on pace to get about 1,000 users a month. Now it's tripled. We're looking at getting about 3,000 users a month at least. So the user acquisition has really, what's the opposite of a nosedive? It's really taken off. And so that's very encouraging. Again, continued progress. But there's different ways that we're doing this. So back then, it was just, from then to now, it had to do with improving our optimization of our advertising, and it also has to do with actually getting the blog to finally work. Now the blog is finally working. A major development here is, we were not reaching our subscribers properly, and people who sign up to the site basically get naturally subscribed to the newsletter, to the blog, and if they want to opt out, it's very easy. They just opt out. They just go to the email and they opt out at the bottom of the page like any other blog. So one thing that's new now is our blog is very effective. We just did a video on Nigeria as a country report for remote work, and I did a very small budget of advertising just today, and now we have 750 views in one day. So a lot of this actually has to do with not just the advertising, but also the blog subscribing, contacting subscribers. We can't contact the problem is we couldn't contact subscribers directly. The reason we couldn't contact them directly is because Google had a limit, so we have to use a third party. So we used GetResponse, which is basically a service that helps growing blogs contact all of the users without hitting spam email limits. So that's it. We have really progressed a lot in the last month and a half, and there's still a long way to go, but it's encouraging. I watched the previous video, and every time I make another video just to see if there has been much progress, and there really has been. It's just, your own expectations are always higher than the actual results, though. But that's fine. See, the thing is, at this point, I was hoping we would have a lot more employer users. We're still getting new employers to use the site, but it's still mostly job seekers. Profitability, that's still a very long way. But now what we need to do, what's the next step, is we really need to polish the website in terms of presentation. It needs to look more professional. It needs to look more like every other professional job board out there. Not to say that we should look the same, but at least quality-wise, it should at least be on par. So the way things are presented, the user interface, it could be improved. Content-wise, we also need to improve content. Also, one thing of interest is ChatGPT seems like a very interesting way to compile things, and I have a methodology that I'm intending to use to actually create content as well. But right now, we're going to do it as organically as possible from scratch. But looking at the future, this might be something very important to create a lot of quality content quickly by using ChatGPT. I'm not going to really go into detail about how it's done, but it can take a lot of very specific instructions and create very customized articles. So that's a really great thing, and to make content very efficiently. So basically, that's all I want to say. There's not really much else. The plan for now is improve the look on the site in terms of the content, create more content, and do more outreach, and then just hope at some point it really takes off. Again, of course, not to say that there hasn't been a good progression from the last video until this, but I will say this: Is this going to be a success? Still, there's that uncertainty. And, you know, literally just do not know. I have faith and confidence that it will be a great success. And, you know, great things are to follow. But that's all I can say for now is we have to just continue plugging away. This is a process. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.